Hello, my people. It's your boy DFX Lord, and welcome to a new and exciting trading week. Today, I'm going to share the particular currency that I'm looking out to trade on. It's a very good one, and I would urge you guys not to miss out on this opportunity. Now, the currency pair we are talking about here is the USDCHF. Let's take a look at the price action, what USDCHF has been doing for some time now. And as you guys know, we do a top-down analysis starting from the basically the weekly. Since we are day traders, I like to have a better view and overview first before we can now go down to our lower time frame. So on the weekly here, you observe that the USDCHF has been trending down for some time, and boom, we had this break, right? And after this impulsive move here, you see that all this while we haven't made a new high right here. So all of this has been corrections, and as you guys know, whenever we have an impulse, we expect a correction and then another impulse, and this correction usually comes in forms of A, B, C, different patterns, right? So that's it. And right here now, we see also a very exciting price action at this bottom here. In fact, let us mark out some of those important zones. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. As you can see here, we have a strong zone here, a very big psychological zone here, the 0.92, which the wick touched and bounced off from, right? So I have this zone right here and also the zone right on top here. So at least our target for this week is just between these zones, right? So what we're seeing is, since we've seen that, okay, on the longer time frame, we are more like buy biased on this, we're going to go to the lower time frame and see also if we still are going to get some buy biases on the lower time frame. So having tracked this price action or this current price between these two zones, I will now move down to the daily, and let's see what we have on the daily. So we have this nice candlestick here. Market was trending nicely down from this point. From this point, we have a lower low here, a lower high, and another lower low. And this rejects from this particular zone here, which is a strong zone, the psychological zone I earlier mentioned. And we also see a spinning top and what looks like a morning star pattern being formed here is still in development, right? Okay, so the exciting thing about this for us is we have a green candle, right, showing us some bullish strength. Will the candle continue when the market resumes? We will have to check that. I'll have to see that by going down to lower time frames and see further price actions. Right here, you see that even though that the market has been trending down on the daily, I want us to take note of this. Even though that the market has been trending down on the daily, it is bouncing off a very strong support right here. Okay, so for the past 3 days, 3 trading days, this zone, there hasn't been a candle close below it, and on reaching here we see this impulsive strength, this bullish strength right here. Okay, so there is a possibility that this might move further up here, and this is the zone that is going to make a decision whether to either break it, retest and continue moving up, or still fall down to this zone, or break it to give us a lower low. We don't know that yet, but these are the possibilities. So what we need to do now to actually see how we could take advantage of this price action is to go down to the lower frame. I move down to the 4-hour time frame right here, and in the 4-hour time frame here, I love the price action. I love what is happening there. We see more like an inverted head and shoulder pattern right here. Okay, we see the market move down here, give us a low, give us a high, give us a lower low, give us a lower high, then another lower low, right? Then came up right here, and instead of giving us a lower high, it moved impulsively, right, to this level, breaking this previous zone here. And there's something worth noting right here. You will see that on getting to this level, Let me show you that. On getting to this level right here, let me clean up the screen. Let me clean up this mess a little bit. Okay. So on getting to this level, we see this pattern forming. Boom, the shoulder, the head, another shoulder, right? So the neckline is this we have right here. Let me use a straight line. And you will see that it is already bouncing off that neckline, which is right here. The neckline of this head and shoulder pattern. So this is strongly bearish. This is a very strong, strongly bullish indication, not bearish, please. So this shows us that this market has the propensity to keep moving up when market resumes like this. You see this you see this reaction right here, right? So there is a high probability that this market is going to move up to this level, and at this level we could now start studying the reactions we get here, like coloring my arrow up lines green, so it signifies a bullish move. So that is what we are expecting, and you will see that if that is the case here, we most likely are going to have a very good risk to reward ratio where we put our, if this candle were to close below this zone, okay, if this candle were to close below this zone right here, this impulsive candle, impulsive bullish candle, that means the theory that the market is going to move up is no longer going to hold. There is a tendency for it to even come down further, break this, something like that. So this is the right place for us to maybe target our stop loss, control our risk when we are to take this trade. Okay, so what I plan to look at here now for what is the reward like compared to the risk. We have a move from here to this particular zone. This about between say 65 to 70 pips, and with a risk of about, as you can see here, approximately 70 pips, right? So what does that give us? We have, let's say, 70 divided by 20. That's a whooping 3.5 risk to reward. That's a good one. I know you agree with me on that. So aside from the price action that we are seeing here, there are other confirmations that we can use to at least support these bullish buyers. Yes, there is another method I use to add some further confidence, which is called the Commitment of Traders report. And the Commitment of Traders report is simply a report published every Friday that shows the direction, the biases of the big banks, the positions that they are taking. I mean, the commercial banks, the investment banks, and all of that, right? So when they take positions, they are under obligation to publish the sizes and the currency pairs that they are, taking those positions on. So let's take a quick look at that Commitment of Traders report now. What we want to look at is the Swiss franc, of course, the CHF, and the US dollar. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so here is the Swiss franc. What is happening on the Swiss franc? So this is the current data. All right, we have the data that's going to be used for this particular week. The longs taken on, whenever you hear longs, of course, you guys know it's a buy, the buy positions, right? So the longs taken on CHF, the Swiss franc, is just 3,290 to compare you with the short, which is 14,871. There are more shorts than longs here by a large margin. And it just doesn't stop here. Last week's report, the changes from last week's report shows that about 2,720 longs were closed and 435 shorts were even added, right? So that is telling us that the Swiss franc is losing its strength. The commercial banks, the big guys are relieving themselves of their long positions on the Swiss franc, right? So, and even taking more shots. So, if just using this, we will now see that the pair like USD CHF is going to go up because CHF losing its strength means that you're going to need more CHF to buy $1. Okay, so considering that, having that in the back of our mind, let's check the US dollar itself and see what's happening on it. Going down here, this is the US dollar. What do we see? Look at the longs. Look at the longs on US dollar this week, right? We have 44,917. And how about the short? Just 14,029. We have more longs than shorts. What does that indicate? Strength. The US dollar gains strength. And look here on the changes compared to last week. 1,409 positions were added, right? But only 103 short positions were added. So all this generally indicates an increase in strength on the US dollar compared to the Swiss franc, which eventually tells us that the pair needs to go up, right? So this confirms our previous buyers that the market is going to go up. So we're expecting a massive move on the USD CHF for the week. So what we're going to do now, what we're going to do concerning this opportunity, many of you out there have your trading strategies. What tells you when to buy and when to sell? So you have to look at on the USDCHF. If you see a buy signal, you just take it, and if you see a sell signal, just ignore it, because the move is possibly there is a higher probability that it's going to go up than going down. So I'll be looking at this pair this week and add more positions to it. And as you guys know, I take a look at one or two pairs per week and focus on trading on one, the one that I see that has reached my levels or I have got my signal on. Okay, so I believe and I hope that you guys make money with me on this particular pair this week. And thank you. And I want you guys to like and subscribe for you to be getting qualitative contents like this. Bye for now. See you in my next video.